Hello ladies and gentlemen, and happy Monday. I really did not think I was going to have to do another video while I was here on vacation, but considering our risk for severe weather has increased, I wanted to do another video just to get you all updated on the latest information as regards to what could potentially be heading our way as we head into this afternoon and also into this evening as well. The Storm Prediction Center has now upgraded the previous enhanced risk to a moderate risk of severe weather, extending all the way from extreme northeastern parts of North Carolina into the central and western portions of Virginia, eastern West Virginia, into Maryland, and also the very southern portions of Pennsylvania as well, where we could be looking at a good bit of supercells forming, which is just another fancy term for a rotating thunderstorm, which could be producing some very strong tornadoes as we head into tonight. The severe parameters are very favorable for very strong thunderstorms to form as we head into the night tonight. Regardless of that, a very large area is under a level 3 out of 5 risk or an enhanced risk of severe weather, and this does include the majority of our area as well, except for portions of our area right along the immediate coastline. And as I zoom in, you can see that except for portions of coastal Horry and Georgetown County, the rest of our area is under that level 3 out of 5 risk of severe weather. And this does mean that as we head into the afternoon hours of tonight and into your evening hours, any storms that will come through will be capable of producing some very strong winds and possibly some hail as well. If we take a look at our specific threats, our tornado risk is very, very low. An isolated brief tornado is not out of the question. This will be primarily focused on our western and PD counties. But like I said, that tornado risk is very, very low. But once again, it is not zero. By far, our main threat is going to be isolated damaging wind gusts, and these wind gusts could potentially be as high as 60 to 70 miles per hour. So we're talking about high-end tropical storm, low-end Category 1 hurricane force winds. So any storms that we get will definitely be packing a punch. And on top of that, we also have the chance of seeing a few isolated quarter-sized hail reports as well. Once again, our main threat will be that damaging wind threat, but an isolated tornado as well as some hail is definitely not out of the question. Now, I want to remind you all of what the difference between a watch and a warning is. A watch is just a fancy term for the conditions being favorable for that storm to happen. If we're under a severe thunderstorm watch, that just means that conditions for severe thunderstorm warnings are definitely possible within our area. Now, if we get a warning, that means that either that is happening or we see that happening on radar. Whenever we get a tornado warning, that means that we can see a rotation signature on the radar, and a tornado is either happening or is imminent. So just make sure that you are aware of the difference between a watch and a warning as we head over the next several hours. So let's take a look at future radar and time out all these storms for you. Really, the majority of the day is going to be very, very nice for our area as we head into the late afternoon and evening hours. That's when everything is going to be changing. For your 7 o'clock hour, really the majority of our area is storm-free, but as you head westward across the PD and on the border belt and into the Midlands of South Carolina, that's where this line will be approaching come 7 o'clock. As we advance this in time, towards your 8 o'clock hour, still the eastern half of our area is rain-free, but across the PD and on the border belt from Laurinburg down through Bennettsville, Darlington, Florence, Hartsville, down through Sumter, and just west of Manning as well, very potent line of storms will likely be impacting your area. And like I said, bringing the possibility of some very strong damaging wind gusts, potentially over 60 to 70 miles per hour. As we head towards 9 o'clock, from Lumberton down through Dillon, Marion, Darlington, Florence, Johnsonville, King Street, Manning, and Sumter, this will be your time to get storms. And then eventually, as we head towards 10 o'clock, this will be the time for our coastal communities all the way across, all the way up and down the Grand Strand from Horry County into Georgetown County, throughout Murrells Inlet, Garden City, Myrtle Beach, Carolina Forest, Conway, North Myrtle Beach, you name it. Anywhere up and down the eastern coastline, or excuse me, our coastline, this will be your chance for severe weather. While this time, most of our inland and border belt counties should be winding down when it comes to that risk. And then eventually, as we head towards 11 o'clock, this line should be pushing off the coastline. Now, like I said, there is a good chance that we will get a few strong to severe thunderstorms and possibly even a tornado warning as well. So it's very important to have a way to get a watch or a warning, God forbid one is issued. And the best way I can tell you to do that is by downloading our WPDE weather app. Whether you have an iPhone, a Samsung, a Galaxy, whatever type of phone you have, just go to your App Store or your Google Play Store or wherever you download apps and search up WPDE, WX. Make sure that all of your alerts are turned on and your location is set. And no matter what the type of weather it is, whether it's severe, tropical, winter, flood, doesn't matter, it will notify you whenever there is a watch, warning, advisory issued for your area. It's a great app to have on your phone, and by far is one of the most reliable apps I can tell you to get on your phone. So that'll wrap up this update. Please be sure to message me on Facebook if you have any other questions. I'll be monitoring the radar and Facebook all day long. If any of you have any questions, my flight is supposed to leave at 7 o'clock and get in at 9 o'clock, but hopefully it doesn't get delayed or canceled. But obviously I'll keep you posted right here on my Facebook. But that is the latest here from Irvington, New York.